Talk Show.
Recorded live.
Good evening and welcome to Freedom Fighters for America. Now the national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into Freedom Fighters for America Radio. We have tonight Tom Heneghan and Stu Webb, Intel Hour. Stu, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening this evening. It is Wednesday, August the 26th, 2009. This is Stu Webb, and Tom Heneghan cannot be with us this evening for undisclosed reasons. So therefore, I'm asking Chris to join me this evening in talking about what the latest issues are in this country. Chris, you there?
Yep, I'm here. I think there's a lot to be discussing tonight regarding what's going on in this country. It looks like we're going to have a revolution for sure.
That seems to be the indication, yeah.
Yeah, from what I see out there, I see these criminals just committing crime after crime against them, against us American citizens and foreign nationals. And I think what we should do is break down what's going on first in the events, that have been transpiring this week, and everything at this juncture. What's going on with these investigations with Guantanamo, and some of the other types of investigations out there. What's your input on that?
Well, the big one I see right now is, they're putting out there to criminally charge the CIA waterboarders themselves with fallen orders, okay? And that shouldn't be the case. It should go all the way up to George Bush and Cheney and the attorneys that were telling them what could and could not be done. Everyone should be prosecuted over it and the other crimes that they've done against humanity. And this is the reason we're reporting Bush fraud, because of really what's going on, the pressure from the inside the United States, from, people, you see them every day on MSNBC as an example, and others on the Keith Olbermann show. Jonathan Turley, nationally known constitutional law professor at Washington University, says a long time ago they should have been prosecuted. The evidence is there. And it's come to the point that they're going down deep on the people that were following orders from the top, and that's wrong. It should be. These people should be nailed to the walls, and the immediate Bush goons underneath them that were forcing everybody to do it. And that's one issue that is on the forefront. Of course, we got the mental collapse as a result of this, of Bush, and what is going on with him as far as his cocaine and so forth. But we're reporting that on the website right now for the Bush frauds, mental collapse and D-Day is coming by Tom Heneghan. Everybody kicks in on it, and Tom writes them. But they should all take a look at the website of the high treason and sedition that's gone on and going on currently. Just like, quoting former Department of Homeland Security Secretary Tom Ridge, accusing nation-wrecking, constitutional shredding, homosexual in the closet, cocaine snorting, AWOL war criminal, U.S. Treasury embezzler, George W. Bush fraud of conspiring with the former Attorney General John Ashcroft of Missouri and former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld to raise the terrorist alert level to 3 days before the 2004 presidential election.
Yeah, that's
So,
not,
you know, this is his latest crimes against humanity, should we say. You know, this is they should take the people at the very top. Don't worry about prosecuting the people working for the CIA, but the people who are giving the orders. And that was Bush and Cheney. And Rumsfeld and everybody that's all been involved in that administration in 2000 should all be arrested immediately and in charge of treason, sedition, and the other things. And believe me, there's enough evidence out there that it's there. They just keep covering it up. And when we talk about revolution, it's coming because it's week after week after week after week after week. The American people hear about this right on their own TVs, and they don't understand what to do, and they must prepare. And I'm not citing revolution. It happened last week, and there's no intent to. It's only to make people aware of what they should do in the event that it has to come to that. And it is coming to the point that the American people are fed up with the bullshit. And they are armed. They've been arming like crazy since January. You know what? They're tired of listening to the bullshit. Michael Jackson, as an example, always some boogeyman out there in front thing, and they're tired of listening to this terror crap and all the other. They're tired of hearing about who stole their money is not in jail. And this is all this bank bailout. Millman, Bush, Larry Mizell, Leonard Millman, George W., George Herbert Walker Bush, all of them are involved in that. Okay, Phil Wynn, former Secretary of Housing, they were all involved to steal that money through asset investors. It's called MDC asset investors, the criminals that took your money, folks. All these mortgages, these 9 and 10 mortgages on the same house that they created and sold to these foreign banks. Chinese are wondering where the money's at. There it is, Chinese. So if you listen to the program tonight, you know where to go look. Look at the MDC Holdings, MDC Asset Investors, MDC Holdings in Denver, and look up Larry Mizell and Phil Wynn. You get your 2 criminals who stole all your money, screwed up this entire U.S. banking system along with Leonard Millman, George Herbert Walker Bush. So there's 4 main culprits and a little puppy dog, George W., as we call him, the homosexual cocaine snorting, like you call him a few other names now. He's a son of a bitch. He is definitely that. But,
well, let's talk about the movement. How about the movement of some of the money? Now, MDC's been moving money, and they've been moving money out of this country. What other countries are you aware of where this money is being moved to? Or are you aware of any of the offshore accounts where some of this money is?
Of course, the money, the most current is all tied up with AIG and offshore AIG and MDC offshore, and some of the main holding companies, Silver State out of Nevada. They got all the trash service in Las Vegas, big monsters. This is what Millman controlled. See, Millman was the money launderer for Meyer Lansky. Okay, became the guy who was in charge. Okay, should we say he's a Knights Templar, Satanist, just like George Herbert Walker Bush is, Henry Kissinger is, David Rockefeller, Lawrence Rockefeller is now dead, his brother, William Grace is dead, but his son took over, Junior. These are the crime syndicates of these 100 Templar bankers that control the money around the world. They call them the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. It's the Federal Reserve boys. And there is 100 crime families worldwide. They refer to them, many people, authors refer to them as the Illuminati, the Knights Templar bankers, etc. But all they are is about the Council of 13. Underneath it, it's like if you take the pyramid in the Illuminati order, the all-seeing eye on top of the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill is Satan, okay? Underneath the first layer of the 100 Templar bankers, and they're worldwide. You got the European Templars, you have the Oriental Templars, and you have the American Templars, okay, who are in